In this video, I will wrapping up my December reads. I have read 10 books, a mix of 7 non-fiction and 3 fiction books. The first book that I have read in December was a non-fiction book, Thinking in Numbers by Deley. The author has a high-functioning autism that had been documented by various channels. But I suggested you watch Real Stories video with title Brain Man, the Boy with the Incredible Brain. This book distinguishes Deley from most people. Words, numbers, pictures, and emotions all intermingle in his mind. For example, he sees language in numbers and words are a rainbow of different colors. This condition is known as synesthesia. Then, I continue reading with 3 Iman publication books that I just bought in November. Biblioma comment in the unboxing video that she really loved Displaced and Forgotten because books about refugees is quite rare in Malaysia. She recommended Terbang Tapi Berjalan as a good read to start the new year. Unfortunately, she haven't bought CERITA HILANG, but she have read CERITA GAGAL by Faiza Hamid and Fatin Shamimi. Among these books, I start with Terbang Tapi Berjalan by Afiq Sazlan, a motivational book based on author's real experience. This book encourages us to restart again from the bottom. Bibliomam didn't mind the huge font because it is a blessing for her eyes. However, I wish the publisher make another effort in illustration. Next, I read Cerita Hilang by Jana Tunisa and Faiza Hamid. I guess this book have the same format as Cerita Gagal, but this time, its stories were based on lost topic. I love this book because it compiles non-typical stories. Last Iman publication book was Displaced and Forgotten by Rauda Muhammad Yunus and Muhammad Mahmudul Hassan, a good effort to expose Malaysians on refugees issue. However, I think most of stories have stereotypical characters and situations, as if I repeatedly reading the same story. Finally, in December, I read my Patriots book. I read 2 out of 4 from my own collection. The first book was The Physicist ODYSSEY by Zamir Mohideen and Musaddiq Jafar. My book was 6 reprint, but it seems that the publisher tried their best to retain grammatical errors. Even though the topics was clear enough to understand, those errors distract me a lot. At the end, I was busy marking the errors instead of taking important points. In addition, I found that the writing is a little bit awkward. Another Patriots book was Dunia Tanpa TEMBOK by Aiman Rashdan Wong. This book explains and describes international relations and geopolitical issues in simple way. In comparison to previous book, it have less grammatical error and the writing is more polished. This is the 20th reprint and it's also available in English version, World Without Walls. Besides that, the author have published its continuation, Dunia Tanpa Tembok 2 and Dunia Tanpa Tembok 3. I will definitely check out those books in the future. Next, I also finished reading Before We Forget by Michelle Yoon. This novel is based on the screenplay by Jess Deong, the kid from the Big Apple 2. A typical plot with family values that usually used in dramas or movies for any celebrations. Anyway, actor who played the son-in-law is actually the real son of the main character in the movie. Then, I continue my reading with anthology book, a compilation of poems, short stories, and essays by Norma binti Osman. It is a rare scene even in Malaysia that the author include bin or binti in their name on the book cover. However, it's still cited without bin or binti. This book comprises of 20 poems, 4 short stories, and 3 essays. It contains gift of vintage pride because it was written from 1993 to 2002. In addition, glossary is available to explain about the Malay words for those not familiar with the Malay language. The last 2 books in 2021 were part of 200 Tip Gaya Rasulullah series. This series is suitable for a quick daily reads with 200 tips that have been categorized into 3 main topics. The first book I read was 200 Tip Berhibur Gaya Rasulullah by Muhammad Hishamuddin Yahya. It's basically explained that Islam is not boring and Muslims is allowed to enjoy themselves, but in ways that are wholesome, pure, and halal. Lastly, the last book of 2021, 200 Tip Mudah dan Rajin Solat Gaya Rasulullah by Narrator Mat Azari. It gave tips on how to never leave your prayer. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.